me. Today, per usual, on Thursdays, we have a special guest. Her name is Michelle Pettis. She's actually a famous media personnel, but she won't tell us that. But guess what? She's an author of a book called Leaving Large. She did a TED Talk, and it is absolutely fabulous, highlighting her experience gaining over 700 pounds and working in the corporate world, ashamed of her body, ashamed of taking pictures with all these famous people coming in the office, all the stuff that we all feel and go through. All about happy hour, all about eating all we can eat, being all we can be, being strong black We just want to thank her for coming with us. She has a platform, a couple of things that she has found to be true and tried, and that includes writing your way to your right weight loss. And that includes her prescription for weight loss success, VAMP. That includes paying attention and focus. And just like Jesus, amazing grace, giving yourself grace. If you can't give yourself nothing else, give yourself some grace. And the most important thing, y'all know when everybody talk about weight loss, well, what you doing? She can still wear the same clothes after 5 years. Okay, she ain't got 15 size clothes in her closet. So I want to introduce to some and reacquaint to others Michelle Pettis. Michelle, take it away.
DebraAnn, thank you. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. But sis, I don't know. I can't see you.
Whenever
Yours
you can't see me, that means somebody called the phone and they just have to hang up. So
okay,
anytime you
gotcha.
can't see me, it always means someone called. If I catch it in time, I'll jump off of it. But the phone has to catch up with the computer. But I can hear
Got
you and
it.
I can see you.
Got it. Got it. Okay,
Yes.
great, 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 great. Oh, so DebraAnn, thank you always. You always do such wonderful introductions. And you say that, and I'm like, who on earth is she talking? Who is she talking about? Well, you know what? You know what I want to talk about? I'm gonna shift the script tonight. I am going to talk about the fact that we met for the first time last week. It was it was a week ago today, and we
Yes.
had an opportunity to spend some one-on-one. Well, it was one-on-one with us and about 300 other people. Uh,
Yes.
um, but we had an opportunity to meet and sit down and break bread, as they say, with one another. And something happens, something changes when you are physically when you share a physical space with somebody, right?
Yes.
Um, and with things being on the with the with the internet and social media being what it is, and with the advent of AI, and also with the advent of social media, just having this I don't know, this make believe presenting what they want to present, right?
Yes. Yes.
This altered reality, this altered state that people present online. You don't know what's true and what's not true, right? And
Okay.
sometimes when you see it for yourself, you don't know if you don't know whether it's true or not true. But what I will say is, when you have an opportunity to spend a couple of days with somebody, right?
Okay.
You have an opportunity. You have an opportunity to see what's real. And I know that your viewers, I know that your followers, I know that your subscribers know that you're real, or else you wouldn't have hundreds of thousands of them.
Mm-hmm.
But for anybody that's just checking this thing out, I just want y'all to know that this woman is the real deal. Right? This this woman, what do they call it? Real deal, Holyfield, right? This woman is the real deal. And we had a chance to hang out with a conference that was in DC this year. It's going to be in Orlando next year, y'all. So
Mm-hmm.
start saving your coins.
Let's
It's the
do it.
Obesity Action Coalition, and
Mhm.
it's an advocacy group that supports folk that have obesity. And if
Mhm.
you have check them out. Check out the work that they do and the space that they create and the support that they provide for people living with obesity. It is an awesome organization, and it was an awesome experience. The speakers, the experts, I mean, it was just it was, it was panels, it was conversations, and and it was meeting people at the table. I mean, it was,
Mhm.
right? It was meeting
Mhm.
people at the table as you're walking through the exhibit area from California, from New Jersey, from Massachusetts, from Texas, all over this country that we're walking the same walk. And I actually had a chance to meet some people that live right here in my area that I didn't know.
Yes.
And so what a gift that was. What a
Mhm.
gift that was to um it's a gift to be able to reach out and touch somebody, right? It
Yes.
is. It is. And so I encourage you, like I said, if you're watching live tonight, if you happen to pick up this video at some future time, check out the Obesity Action Coalition. Join, right? Add your voice to the work because it is so necessary. um, Add your voice to the work and start getting yourself together to come to Orlando next year in 2026. Y'all, there was a gala, right? There was a gala that last night. People got all dressed up, right?
Mhm.
There was a costume party the night before. There was a step and repeat where you could take pictures. Yeah, take pictures. Yeah, yeah. Feel good about taking pictures and being in
Yeah.
front of the camera. And it was just it was a warm environment. It was a warm atmosphere. And one of the things that was a topic of conversation was stigma, right?
Yes.
The stigma that is often associated with having obesity. And man, so I'm going to do this right now. So they had a competition, not a competition, but they had a contest where you could support, something artistic to speak to this issue. And I wrote a poem. I wrote a poem about stigma, and I don't think my poem didn't win. Um, yeah, my poem was good, but I think what the problem was because I saw the piece of art that did win, and it
Mhm.
was poetry, so I was happy about that because I'm always happy about that. But it was short, and I
Mhm.
was like, oh, that's why that was my problem. I tend to be long winded.
That's
so so
okay.
the so they were like, we're not gonna put all this up here. We need
Mhm.
something short. So Deborah, and what I would like to do, what I
Okay.
would like to do for folks that are watching tonight is to read my non-winning poem.
I love it. Let's do it. Let's
Be
do it.
okay? Okay.
That sounds
All right.
great.
All right. The name of it is Stigma Ain't Nothing But a Word.
Mm, mm,
But
mm.
do you see it? A phantom limb of shame hanging from the rafters of our collective mind. Can you feel it? Judgment, sharp as any scalpel. Can you hear it? The whispers that follow me, words silently spoken. They say I take up too much space, that my body is failure made flesh, a billboard of blame, a battlefield I'm losing where every bite is a surrender. They see fat before they see me. Stigma wraps around me like a second skin, tighter than anything I've ever worn. A verdict, a sentence, no trial, no jury. But let me tell you, Stigma ain't nothing new. It's history in disguise. They burned women as witches, caged humans in zoos, shamed the sick, the poor, the different. Same judgment, new target.
Mm-hmm.
Who gave them the right to measure my worth by the width of my waist? Who
Mm.
are they to judge a journey they've never walked? Have you ever swallowed hunger until it swallowed you? Ever used food as a balm when the world gave you no healing? Ever worn trauma on your body because your soul had where else to put it? Sticks and stones, they say, words will never hurt you, but words build walls brick by brick until we are imprisoned in silence. I've worn that weight like steel chains, not just pounds, but pain. A sigh from a doctor, the side eye from a stranger, the pity that cuts deeper than insult. Shame screams in silence, telling me I'm not enough. Blame settles on my shoulders, a crime I didn't commit but served time for anyway. As if trauma is a choice, as if survival is a sin. I hear their voices when I'm alone. Just eat less, have some willpower, try harder, as if they've ever tasted the hunger for safety, for comfort, for control. They don't see the truth.
Mm.
The weight you carry is a story untold, a language of loss, a legacy of survival. Food was the answer when no one else had one. I survived, I endured, I'm here. And sometimes food was the only friend that didn't judge me. This flesh is proof, this body is testimony, this weight is witness to my will to live. I've got the tools they never counted on.
Mm.
Meditation, a quiet revolution where I breathe in peace and exhale their lies. Visualization, a new reality in my mind that my body will one day follow. I see myself free. I walk into a world I create, not one they caged me in. Affirmation, words that build instead of break. I am worthy. I am enough. I am free. Writing, the power to rewrite the script they tried to hand me. I pick up the pen. I define my truth. Because stigma ain't nothing but a word, and words can be rewritten. If you're carrying the weight of their judgment, know this: you are not your struggle. You are not your size. You are not the whisper behind your back. You are the voice that will drown it out. You are the author. You are the change. Imagine a world where bodies are just bodies, where strength is not weighed but witnessed, where doctors heal instead of blame. A world where you are more than a
Mm.
number, where healing is shared, where a secret is not a shame. The key was never in their hands, it was always in ours, not in
Mm-hmm.
their approval, but in changing what we believe about ourselves. We are done with shadows, done with shame. We are here to speak a truth so loud the walls of stigma crumble. We are the revolution. We are the writers of this new world where bodies are temples, not targets, where every heart beats free, where taking up space is not demonized, it is divine. In this world, there is acceptance, dignity in our diversity, pride in our persistence, recognition of our resilience. Watch us take their judgment and forge it into grace. Watch us turn stigma into strength. Watch us rise. Watch us shine. Again, stigma ain't nothing but a word. But we are everything.
It's wonderful. I took all kind of notes in that from that poem. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Well,
So
Michelle,
so
talk to us about.
it didn't win, DebraAnn. It didn't win.
That's okay. You're still a winner. You're still a winner. You're famous. You're all right. You're
Right?
famous.
Okay.
You're world famous. So you can read your poem anywhere in the world, and they'll love it. So even though my frame has frozen, I'm still here. Talk to us about. Now we got scientific, we got psychological, we got psychiatric, we got mental health and behavior health training and socialization, and we got access to clinical trials, clinical research focus groups. So of all the different events and tables and information sources that were there, I want you to share with us some of the things that your colleagues were sharing that you share. And I'll start off with one. The
Okay.
first thing that we heard in the first session was our bodies are different. And no one person, no one organization, no one group of people have the answer, what they call is treatment, for the treatment of this disease, which they're now saying that obesity is a disease called obesity. So I that's something that you tell us all the time.
Mhm. Mhm.
What are some
Yeah.
other things that we heard that you teach us, you share with us, you testify to?
Oh, that they copied.
Oh, I already know. I copy every word you say, so you're gonna have to
so
sue me when I
so
make it big.
I won't say that they copied. I would say that we are in alignment.
Yes.
I'll use a different language. But definitely that the notion that obesity, that food addiction is a disease, that is key. That is foundational, right? And they also say that it is not our fault. You don't
Yes.
hear
Oh,
that.
yes.
It is not it is this is not a moral issue, right?
Mm-hmm.
They also say that it is not an issue of willpower or self-control or self-discipline. They said that.
Yeah.
Yep, they said that. And then um my my ears just perked up when we went to one session, and the psychologist there said the whole world speaks behavior.
Yes.
And when she said that, I was like, you know, we are right here with that.
Mm-hmm.
The whole world speaks behavior. And
Yes.
what we are driven by is belief, by
Mm-hmm.
belief system, by our thoughts, by our feelings. So we were absolutely on the same page when it came to that particular topic. And also the other thing that was really, really evident was that we didn't get here on this path. It wasn't one thing that caused it. And
Yes.
there's not just one answer. You know, this thing that we notion that we are unique, that we're individuals, and you have to keep kind of I won't say working the system, but you have to keep kind of navigating to figure out what is going to work for you in any particular situation, because we are not set it and forget it, right? We are not set it and forget it. So we are evolving, and that that also really resonated with me. There was one person that on stage talked about our sensitivities. I don't know if you
Mm-hmm.
remember that, Deborah. I mean, they used a little different language. You know, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. They had a medical name for it, but it was the same thing as me saying that we are sensitive to the arrows of this world,
Yes,
and
yes,
how how things land, how our brains processes, how our bodies process certain things. So
yes.
it was just really, 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 really a good conference.
Oh yes. I like when they said that um they said they said obesity, weight bias, how if you hear something so long, you'll begin to believe it. And honestly, whether it's true or not, because the
Yeah.
whole world thinks that we got to stop eating McDonald's.
Mhm.
When we learn in your classes that processed food, adding sugar to everything, they even add sugar to salads at different restaurants
Mhm.
to make you crave that person's
Yes.
salad.
Yes.
And depression, anxiety, shame, mood factors. I wrote down all those key words that affect us, and we don't. Okay, here it is: shame, pressure. It's we carry these things with us. Perfectionism. So they tell us that we're not thin enough, and we seek perfection through a food scale, judge ourselves, um, have a lot of anxiety. Then we get disappointed when we fail and go, "I
Mhm.
should have." All of that,
Mhm.
you're carrying all of that on top of the weight.
Mhm.
That's a heavy load to carry.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I think that when I was in the conference and I did a live, and someone said, I want them to have something for black women because we have very unique needs. And I
Mhm.
realized, and I've been teasing y'all because I said that in the conference, and three people came up to me and gave me their programs, their gyms, and their podcasts addressing the medical community and the needs of women, and black women particularly. And I call it the strong black woman syndrome, the boss bitch syndrome, where we're working ourselves to the bone, but we're not seeking balance. And I
Yes.
think that I call it, I really see that it's really etched in stress and emotional relief. So we don't
Yes.
have that balance. And now on
Yes.
top of that, we got all of these judgments. We're carrying, well, I should lose weight. I should be this. I should be that. Well, you know what you got to be? Is chill.
Yes.
You got to chill with the grass, the
Yes.
trees, the moon, and the sky.
Mhm.
And you got to know that no one way is the answer. So there were people who
Mhm.
had shots, who did pills, who did surgeries, who did other things. There were people there, even you, Michelle. Michelle, so jazzy. You didn't know that they even had a weight problem. There were people. I met a lady who lost 500 pounds. I met a lady who lost 100 pounds. I
Mhm.
met young people. I met senior citizens.
Mhm.
And all of that tells me is there's hope. And
Yes.
there's something valuable in being together. And even the devil, when the devil hit people, he isolates people. Evil people isolate. The robber
Mhm.
isolates. But when you're together, you cannot break that level of excitement and can do.
Mhm.
And the most important thing, someone told me this yesterday, I'm going to lose 50 pounds by the fall. And the speaker, the psychologist said, I can't help you lose 100 pounds. He said, I can help you lose 1 pound 100 times.
Oh my God, yes. I have been using that
Yeah.
for the past week. I have been
Yes,
using
I know.
that because
And
it is
then,
so it is so brilliant. And you asked Deborah Ann, how, what did they say that I say all the time? And you've actually heard I say that, but I don't say it exactly like that. What I
hmm
say is this. I talk about growing up with a grandmother
hmm
who taught me to pick up pennies off the ground,
that's
one
right.
cent. And I talk about that 1 pound, how you have to appreciate it. And it all begins in our head. It all begins in the words that we use, because so many times what will happen is, I'm working with people and they'll come back and they'll say, "Oh my God, all I lost was 1 pound." Right?
Exactly.
There's there's some negative, around it. There's some expectation. There's something that they don't feel good about that 1 pound. Well, if you've done all that work and you don't feel good about that progress, that makes it harder for you to lose the second. So you have to celebrate the one. You have to
Exactly.
love on the one, right? You have to build up the one. You have to understand that you have got to honor the one to get to two. And it is because of the one that year from now is 52 pounds.
There you
And I
go.
don't know
There you
any
go.
I don't know anybody that's watching right now or listening that wouldn't be happy with 52 pounds gone, right?
And you know what else that was very pivotal in the goal setting seminar that we both you did one day and I did it the same one the next day.
Mhm.
I'm telling you, I asked the question, is a plateau real? And baby, this is the reason that they must listen to what you're teaching us, Michelle, what you're sharing with us. Your body, no matter how much you want to drop 50 pounds in 2.5 days, your body, your mind, your soul, and your spirit is a living, moving, moving vehicle. And just
Yes.
like the trees, you have a seed that has to be watered winter, fall, all the seasons. Your body moves like that. And it
Yes.
can't move when you are beating it up in shame, depression, pressure, judgment, perfectionism, anxiety, and disappointment. And so what he says, after you lose so much weight, the people do have a plateau because your body has to catch up to what you're doing. But to work on the plateau, then you change up your movement. And I like
Yeah.
to use the word movement versus exercise, because movement can be taking a walk. We had yoga, we had other exercises during the training week. And I want to share this with everybody. Being a person who's so obese, it's actually I pretty much lost or gained weight since I've been in your class. Every week I can tell you how much I've lost and how much I've gained every week. And if I didn't, and now it's to the point I almost am losing about 5 pounds a week, 3 of the 4 weeks in any month. Remember, I lost 15 pounds in May. Week before last, I lost 11.2 pounds, but I didn't lose any weight for 1 week and 3 days, 2 days, because I gained that 6 pounds plus 9 pounds during the weekend from Thursday to Saturday. And it took me a week and 3 days to start to lose 1.8 pounds. Now, who would I be not to honor that and be glad for it? But by 5 days later, I lost 10 more pounds in 1 week. And the reason is that being that I am so big with mobility issues, every time I exercise, every time I swim gently, I don't do a lot of crazy movements. When I work with my trainer, as I feel better, when I don't feel good, I'm moving slow, I'm scared. Coach, help me, help me, help me. But when I do, I take off. So I'm actually changing up my exercises, unknowing it, because my body and my mind says, let's move faster.
Mhm.
Let's go. Let's try this. Today, I asked my coach, I raised my leg up, sitting. I said, Coach, let's see if I can. I never knew that I could stand up and raise my leg up. I had never done that before in training. So, what I'm saying to you is that you are exactly right. You cannot beat yourself up. You cannot, and it doesn't matter what diet plan, what surgeries you have, these principles, mind over meals, is what's going to keep you understanding you're on a journey
Yes.
and you don't have to beat yourself up. I'm telling you the truth. When I got stressed out, I ate potatoes and and potatoes and brownies and biscuits because they said eat something soft. I gave away my rotisserie chicken and my 3 bags of salads to somebody who came over and said they wanted it because I said I can't eat this. They said don't eat lettuce, but I gave myself grace. I didn't beat
Mhm.
myself up. And then as I came to the conference, the day of the conference, when I got to the airport, I ate a plain biscuit. I ate some potato chips when I was leaving because potato chips makes my belly feel good. But as I got here and I got a nutritious pizza, pizzas can be nutritious. But after I got here, after that first day, I calmed down. I
Mhm.
made better choices. I didn't beat myself up. And what I learned is, Deborah, you can't get so scared. You were okay. And guess
Mhm.
what? The day I left, and I had 2 chocolate covered strawberries, and I had a half of a chocolate cake at the research focus group. I said, give me a half of that chocolate cake. But don't you know, Monday morning, I mean Tuesday morning, I lost 5 pounds because I'm living my life and I'm giving myself grace. Girl, give yourself grace for those. In fact, when I left, when I was home and I had somebody go in the store for me and I said, give me a brownie. They gave me a box of brownies and I took out 3 of them. I said, I can't eat all this brownies. I gave them because there were some kids, which I gave them away. So as you add to your abilities, then you can take, even though you're stressed, you don't even know why, you don't even know, but your body is saying, come on now, let's pay attention, calm down. You're a little nervous. Pay attention to
Mhm.
yourself, but you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater because I have my V, A, M, and P. I have those principles.
Mhm.
And that's
Mhm.
and that's what it is. And nobody's gonna shame me because I ate a brownie because
Mhm.
from this January 3rd to last January 1st, I ate a sweet treat 6 times. You can't
Mhm.
beat yourself up. You have to
Yes.
keep getting support until
Yes.
you can do the goal. And the other thing the psychologist said is narrow your goal down to when you hit it, it's a 10.
Mhm.
That's so
Mhm.
good.
Mhm.
Then he said,
Mhm.
do, don't, and do. That's how you set the goal. What do you want to do? What don't you
Mhm.
want to do? Now, what are
Mhm.
you going to do to get that to the
Mhm.
do?
Mhm.
Isn't that great? That's what you
I
said
love
too.
that. Yeah. Yeah. Do, don't do.
Do,
Yes.
don't do.
And in my mind, that's the same. That's the same as that principle in being brand new.
Yes.
No is the new yes. Do,
Yes.
do, don't do. It's the same thing. What
Yes.
is, in order to do what you want to do, what do you don't do? What don't
There
you
you
do in
go.
order to do what you want to do?
There you go.
What don't you do in order to do what you want to do?
There you,
I want to do this, so I don't do this so I can do this. That's no
exactly.
that's no is the new yes.
That's it. When we went,
What
when
I want
after
to
the
do.
conference, I went down to the African American Museum, and I had the man I bought the hat from. He said, "Don't eat nothing from them vendors. Go." I said, "I want to get a sugar free icy." He said, "Go ask for Pete." So I'm literally asking all the icy and ice cream trucks, "Are you Pete? Are you Pete? Are you Pete?" Until I found Pete. And I said, "Pete, Mike told me to eat something from you." I said, "Do you have anything sugar free?" He said, "No." I said, "Pete, I can't eat that." I said, "I can't eat that sugar. I'm gonna gain weight." I was hot and I wanted to be fulfilled, but I said, "Well, let me get a root beer float." And then I said, "Pete, $10." I said, "Oh, Pete, I can't pay $10 for root beer float." He said, "Well, I can do it for 8." I said, "Maybe I can do it for 7." I said, "You know what, Pete? I really don't want to eat that because I will gain weight. But if I decide to eat it, I will only buy it from you." And guess what happened right after that? It started pouring down raining, and I got as cool as I want to be because I got soaking wet.
So, Debbie, and I am, you know what? I am so glad you gave that example because it is an example of what I say all the time.
There you
As
go. You sure
soon
do.
as soon as you make a decision about something, forces are going to come up that are going to challenge you to make sure that's what you want to do. Therefore,
Mhm.
something is going to happen to shift your intention, to try to shift your intention. But also, something is going to come along that is going to support you in that decision. Both things are going to happen. When you head in that direction,
Mhm.
somebody's going to say, "Come on, sis. Come on, sis."
That's it.
Then somebody's going to say, "You sure you want to go? You know it's dark down there. Why you want to
Mhm.
do that?" Right?
Yeah.
Both things are going to happen. And the more you get to the point where you lean in and look for the things that support you on the journey, the more that you will see them. That rain
Yes.
was like, I got you. Right? That rain was the answer. It's like this is cooling, this is water, right? This
Yes.
is nature
Yes.
coming coming to support you in that decision.
And guess what else? When it was raining, we had talked earlier about running, playing in the rain because it's grounding. And I said, "This is my grounding." And then guess what else? When I got into the African American Museum, my wheelchair broke. They pushed me right over here. Said, "Stay right here. We're gonna watch for the van." And don't you know, I didn't think about eating. I didn't even think about drinking. I wasn't stressed. All I knew is I was watching the Lincoln Monument or whatever that tall thing is. I was
Mhm.
watching the grass. I was watching the
Mhm.
flowers. I was watching the trees, and I sat there for 3 hours in
Mhm.
peace. My goal was to come and do my thank you cards on the boardwalk. I
Mhm.
really wasn't as I really didn't want to go to the museum, but I was glad. I just wanted to take a picture of it and go to the gift shop. So I actually got to do my goal, except all my thank you cards got wet because of the rain. But this is what, Michelle, you call transformation. Because baby, in the past, I would have bought all the candy in the gift shop, especially when something went wrong.
Mhm.
I would have been eating the anxiety away. I would have been scared because I'm so big, but I knew I could get up from that wheelchair. I knew I could walk because I've been walking for a year or two. Really, I've been
Mhm.
walking for 3 years. I'm just now, my brain is just now saying, we can walk. We're okay.
Mhm.
I wasn't scared at all. I
Mhm.
wasn't uncomfortable. I was anxiety relief, stress relief, uh, rest. I was bathing in those concepts that you share with us every week, taking
Mhm.
time out, being aware.
Mhm.
And I was content.
Mm. Oh man, that's it. That is so it. Deborah, and you are doing so well. I mean, and you
Oh,
what a testimony.
thank you for the
What a
support.
what a what a testimony.
And
But
let me
when
share
you
this because you taught us this too. When you stress out over things, when you learn how to stop stressing out and using your emotions and resorting to food because of that, your cortisone level increases, and then you gain weight or the weight holds on because your mind, your body, your physical, your what you think about. You say this all the time. It's not what's happening to you, it's what you think about it.
mhm,
And I thought nothing about it. Metro said he's gonna
right.
come and get me. The security guard said, "You can sit here. I'm gonna turn
Mhm.
your wheelchair so we can see it when they roll up."
Mhm.
Even they let me stay
Mhm.
there after they closed. Now you know they wouldn't put everybody else out.
Mhm. Mhm. That's it. It's
Mhm.
not it's never the thing. It's never the person. It's never the situation. It's what you think about it. It's what you believe about it. And the powerful thing is that we have control over our thoughts. That's why meditation is so important. That's why
Yes.
it's so important to lean into meditation and visualization because it teaches us how to control our mind.
Yes.
It teaches us that. And it was just a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And
It really
it was so
was.
it was so good to finally meet you and
Of
hang out with
course.
you. And I am looking forward
More.
to doing it
Yes.
to doing it again.
Yes.
And looking forward to our conversation next Thursday. Looking forward
Yes.
to talking to you on group on Monday when we do our
Yes.
free call,
Yes.
our free Zoom call for those who are emotional overeaters. If you want to join us, you can join the Women Losing Weight Together support group. Then you can get the link to join the Zoom call. It's an hour of us sharing our challenges, sharing our victories. Deborah Ann and I come on and talk, weekly. But on that Zoom call,
Everybody
there's
speaks.
space for
Yes.
everybody to share. And that way we all learn from one another. We all grow from one another. We all celebrate with one another. That's what's so beautiful about that call, is
Yes.
that one person's victory is everyone's victory. And when one
Yes.
person learns from a challenge or a situation, everybody learns.
Yes.
Everybody learns. And
Yes.
so those calls are always such a blessing and such a joy. And
And when
you
I'll go back and put your information in the description once we get off the phone so that people can watch your TED talk, so people can come to the Facebook group, so people can get the book Leaving Large, and so people can watch your YouTube and your Instagram discussions and your tidbits of inspiration, because it's simply I know you know this, but they don't know this, that by I had lost 33 pounds, but I had been overeating every day for 4 months because I was stressed out. And I joined Michelle's group not this January, last January. And in 5 months, I had lost 50 pounds. And the next month, I lost 15 pounds. And plus the 33 I lost the year before, that was over 100 pounds. And now I've lost over 200 pounds. And the difference was I gave myself grace, and I practiced. I practiced stop eating sugar. I practiced. I would eat. I would go to the center and eat. I gotta get this candy this week because next week I ain't gonna be eating no candy. And then I said, well, I wonder if I can do it the whole month. I said, well, who wants to do a no sugar July? And I knew then that once I started doing it in July, I would be able to not do it in August, September, October, November, because that's visualizing, affirming, writing it, and then stating it. I did it. I could do it. I did. And I would say, and people start to say, oh, yeah, we forgot you don't eat candy. Or if somebody gave me a candy, well, they were so happy to give me candy. And I said, does anybody have an apple or orange? They said, yeah. I said, can I trade this candy for that apple? So that, and this is someone, I'm a compulsive overeater. I've had lots of trauma, lots of disappointments. I ain't got no money. But guess what? I am so rich. I'm so rich. I don't feel poor. I don't feel broke because anything I want, including weight loss, I can have and I will get. And don't you know, it took me after I lost 100 pounds, and I said in weight loss support group, I said, I believe I can lose weight. Had never lost more than 40 pounds except one time before COVID. I lost 65 pounds. Then when I got stressed out, I started going back up. But now I never worry about I never worry about losing weight. I bought all these clothes in the big size. My cousin altered them, and I didn't worry that I will. I'm not worried I'm going to gain it back and won't be able to be. I'm not worried about that. I don't think about that. I don't think about anything that's negative because I have people around me. When you have people around you, you do what they do.
yes,
I'm gonna have some money. I ain't got none today, but guess what? I'm gonna have some.
yes.
Okay, I'm back to driving my car. I get in and out of it, but I also, once I have had enough, as far as going, I stop. I've had enough for today. I'm stopping, and that's what it's about:
Mhm.
capturing your emotions logically.
Mhm. That's it. You nailed it, sis. You got
Thank
you
you.
you you are doing the daggone thing
Doing it and doing it and doing it well. Now, this
and
is my
doing it
song
well.
for the day by Quincy Jones. What makes you feel like doing stuff like that? Woo! What makes you feel like doing stuff like that? Ooh, ooh. That's the jam. You've got to get you a song or a mantra to move you through. What makes me feel like doing stuff like that? Because
Yeah.
I love the feeling of being healthy. I love the feeling of being happy. I'm already happy, but happier. I love the feeling of not masking, thinking I'm not worth it because I decide I'm worth it.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
don't ever have to think I'm not worth it, even if I get disappointed, even if people tell me no, even if I'm in an environment where I don't feel good or feel valued. It doesn't mean I'm not valuable. It means don't stay over there too long.
Mhm.
Okay. So
Mhm.
we are so happy, and we're gonna put the new program that you have, Michelle. As soon as I can get it on the site, we're gonna put it in the post. We're gonna put it in the descriptions because we don't want people to wait till January. We want people to start now because if you start now, in 4 weeks, you're gonna feel better
Absolutely.
because you're gonna pay
Absolutely.
attention to how you feel.
Absolutely.
Okay. So thank you
Absolutely.
so much, Michelle. You so jazzy. Ow! Thank you. And so I'll see you soon. Peace and
Okay.
hair grits, y'all.
All right.
Bye.